Hey guys, so today I have a DIY thrifted fall tablescape, and really how this ended up turning out, this would work for any season, but I'm going to share with you a haul, show you where I picked everything up and how much I paid for everything, and then at the end of the video I'll show you how I put everything together. So I will put a timestamp in the description box just in case you want to skip ahead and you're not interested in the haul part. But if you want to see how I put together this fall tablescape from stuff I picked up at thrift stores, then just keep watching. So today's video is going to be so much fun. It is actually in collaboration with Kelsey Vankov. She is one of my closest friends. Her channel is called Radiate, and if you're here from my old channel, then you know that Kelsey and I used to run the channel Radiate together until I started my own channel. So this is really fun to do a video with her again, and so her video will be linked below. Definitely check it out when you're done watching this video. We decided to do a fall themed collaboration, and so we're both doing fall tablescapes with Thanksgiving, and like a lot of people have Friendsgiving this time of year, like just the time of year that you have a lot of people over for the holidays, and it's just really nice to have your table all set and beautiful for the season. So Kelsey's video is going to be everything from Target and the Dollar Tree, I believe, and so super affordable, and she's got some really great ideas, and it's gonna be beautiful. So definitely check out her video. Mine is going to be everything from the thrift store. That's my favorite way to shop, you guys know. I think it's really great, you know, sustainably. It's great for our environment to shop secondhand, but also I find such amazing stuff. I think there's a like misnomer that at the thrift store it's just like all junk, but unless you're like super into thrifting, then you know that there's treasures. But for those of you that aren't necessarily thrift shoppers, a lot of the stuff that you find at like Home Goods and Target are styled after things like antiques or things from years past, and so you can find all of this stuff just at your local thrift store, and for super affordable price. A lot of this stuff I found on like half off days, and so I'll share the prices with everything. I left the prices on everything just so that I could share that with you. And so what I like to do when I go into a thrift store, when I'm looking for something specific like this, I mean, I like to just kind of browse the home decor section regularly just to see if there's anything that I like, because you're not necessarily going to find everything in one store all at once that you're going to need to decorate your house, so, or decorate a project like this. So I did go to several just over the course of a few weeks, and I like to just keep my eye out for a piece that kind of inspires me, and then I kind of go from there. So I'll show you what piece inspired this tablescape. And so the first thing I found is this, and I don't know if it's like vintage or it doesn't have any markings on it. It looks handmade, so I'm assuming that it's vintage, but I saw this and this just kind of sparked inspiration for like a neutral kind of a wood rustic table, and so this is the first thing that I found, and I kind of ran with that. This was $5.99, and so really good deal, and I can clean this out. I don't even know if I'm going to use, like, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, I have not put the table together yet. So I'm not sure how I'm using all of these things, but that's kind of how I do it, is I get pieces that inspire me and I go from there. So initially thought centerpiece, but if I don't end up using this for a centerpiece, I can clean it out, use it for like silverware and napkins and all that kind of stuff on like a buffet table. But I thought this was a really great like staple piece. I believe it's for like milk jars, and so that would be really cute for like an event too, to have little like milk jugs in there. So I love that, and that's kind of what sparked my inspiration for this whole table. So the next thing I picked up, I don't know where the other one went. Okay, so the next thing I picked up were these little pumpkins. I wouldn't recommend picking these up there unless you can find them for a better deal. These were $1.50. I specifically was challenging myself to only buy things from the thrift store for this, and so these are like plastic dollar store pumpkins. I just liked that they were white, and I needed a little pumpkin kind of something for the table. So These are cute. I'm glad that I found them, but not necessarily the best deal. Okay, this is the second thing that I found at that same Goodwill. Sorry, I keep reaching down because I may or may not have broken my toe immediately before I started filming this. Things are falling. I don't know what's going on today. Immediately before I started filming this, I may or may not have broken my toe. So I have some ice on it, and then Nora pulled my cup of coffee off of my table here, and so that's all over the floor in front of me. But we're working with it. So the next thing I found is this really cool, like, it looks to me like hand carved base, and now I'm looking at it, it has an inscription on the bottom. It says Milo by Joe Matthew, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to look this up, but I just thought it was beautiful. Like, it's kind of natural with all the like knots and stuff in it, and I thought this would be so pretty for a centerpiece. And this was $5.99, and both of these pieces I'll be able to use in my house, like not necessarily just for the fall tablescape, so I like that. It's not all like pumpkins that I won't be able to use year round. Also at that same store, this wooden candlestick, I wanted to find more of these. This doesn't have any information, it's just vintage, but this was $3.99. So I wanted to find more. That was my initial thought for the table, was like mismatched wooden candlesticks, but I thought that would be an easy thing to find, but for whatever reason, this was the only one that I found. Okay, let me go into this bag that I have here. I wanted to get some cloth napkins, and so first I found these. They are not matched, but they're kind of like a linen, cream linen look, and they're not stained. They're in really good condition. These I got at a half off day, and they were $4.99, so they were $2.50 for this one, and then this set was also this was $3.99, a little bit different. I don't mind that they're mismatched because I can just kind of like vary them on the table, and I kind of like that look. And these were $3.99, half off, so $2. And then to go with those, I found these little wooden napkin holders. These were $2.99 a piece for like a set of 4. I got these at Value Village. I think in some areas they're called savers, and I really like their wall of stuff in bags. You can find like cool little like trinket things like this. Goodwill doesn't really have that section, at least not the ones in my area, so I kind of like checking Value Village, which can be like a little more pricey than Goodwill. I like checking them specifically for this sort of thing because they have a better system of keeping that sort of thing together. So on my quest for wooden candlesticks, I could not find them anywhere, and so I found this set. I have not even taken them out, but they're like brass, skinny candlesticks. This was actually $8.99 for this, but I figured it was a good deal for this many candlesticks. I don't even know how many's in there. I'll obviously insert clips of me putting the table together, and so I think these are really cool and will make a really neat like centerpiece. So to go in those, I was looking for candles. First I found this, and it's just like a mismatched bag of candles. There's like tea lights and like a shorter pillar. These little miniature, these are also tea lights. I don't know what the difference is, but these are like the taller ones, and then a couple tapers. So it's just $3.99. This might have even been half off, I can't remember. But then I was really excited to find these. This was at Value Village too, and it's a set. It says 15. I think there's a couple missing, but I thought these were perfect for those candlesticks that I found. This was $3.99, and I got a little bonus in here that I don't think I'm gonna ever use. This will probably be redonated. I don't even, they're totem pole candles, which is cool, but they're like hand painted. It's a souvenir of Alaska. These are super vintage. Maybe these are resellable. I don't know. They're still in the box, so that's cool. Oh, and they have a Goodwill sticker on them for 99 cents, even though I got these at Value Village. That's hilarious, but you can find everything you need at the thrift store, and it's great for the environment to buy things secondhand. So this pack of candles may have found its way into a landfill, but instead it came home with me. So another linen. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a tablecloth or just a runner, so I thought this would work either way. It's just this really nice like linen kind of frayed fringe tablecloth. I think it's tablecloth, but this was on sale, so it was only $1.99. I have checked it for stains. I haven't seen any, but that's something obviously to be aware of when you're shopping for linens, just to check them for stains. And so I thought that was a great deal. I'll add everything up for you guys. And then the last linen thing, I actually found these at the bins. If you didn't see my last video, we went to a Goodwill outlet. If you're not familiar with what the bins are, it's a Goodwill outlet. You pay by the pound, and so these don't even weigh a pound. They're probably cost me like 50 cents for a set of 8, and they're in perfect condition, like beautiful cloth napkins. So I picked those up just in case I didn't like how those other ones looked, and I always like to use cloth napkins when I'm doing like a tablescape. Okay, this is by far my favorite find. This is by far my favorite part. This is actually a wreath, and it's, I'm gonna peek through it. It's so perfect. The greenery, I was looking for greenery for my for the center of the table, and so I like to check the like fake flower wreath section, and this was just sitting there waiting for me. This actually has like little nests in it, and so I'm gonna totally take this apart and show you guys how I'll use this as a centerpiece. I'm not gonna leave it as a wreath, and that's like my biggest tip when you're thrift shopping. Just think outside the box a little bit. This kind of greenery is exactly what I had in my mind for like the center of the table, and so I was so excited to find this, and it was $5.99. You can't beat that. This big of like a wreath with really nice greenery would have been so expensive. I don't know where it came from originally or if somebody made it themselves, but I'm excited to take this guy apart and use it on my table. And then this was just another thing I picked up. So the last thing is this wooden tray. So for the centerpiece, I might use this, or I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Might use this or the vase or the little like milk jug carrier. I'm not sure, but I just really liked the brass detail on this, and this was half off day, was $3.59. So all of this is going to be stuff that I can easily like work into my decor after the season, and also use like into the Christmas season, just by like changing a few things out and making it look a little more like Christmas. So that is everything. So first I just started by deconstructing this wreath. Everything came out really easily. I had to use wire cutters for these little nests, but then everything else was just kind of tucked in there and glued loosely. So everything pulled out really nicely, and then I just kind of sorted them into sections to make building the table easier, and put them in a box, put them to the side. So I moved on to the table runner. I used this tablecloth. I just kind of bunched everything up so that it was the right shape and size, and I like the bunches because it adds a bit of texture. tried the milk jug container, but I decided I wasn't sure what I would do with the greenery around it, so I got out the candlesticks, and I love these. I love how it turned out, and actually it turns out I had almost enough candles. They fit perfectly, which was surprising because these are kind of small candlesticks, but I had enough except for one, so I just pulled a candle that I already had and used that, but I got pretty lucky that I had almost enough candles for this many candlesticks. It really makes the table look super grand, I think. So I started by lining them all up, but I ended up, you'll see in the clip that I ended up grouping them in groups of 3 instead, because I thought it looked a little bit like maybe Hanukkah-ish, maybe, or maybe medieval, I don't know, Game of Thrones. I just didn't like how it looked, so I ended up swapping that out, and then I just stuck all this greenery in. I just worked with it. I kept layering things and stepping back until I was happy with it, and I think it looks super pretty. I didn't use the like berries that were in the I didn't end up using the berries that were in the wreath, but I used everything else. So then I just tucked these pumpkins in. I wish I had 3, I only had 2, so it's kind of funky, but I just tucked these in here and there to make them make it look a little more fall-like. And then I just used these wooden napkin holders, and I ended up using the cream napkins, and I just alternated them, so I think it looks nice even though they don't all match. There's 2 that aren't matching. And then for this little milk jug container, I still ended up using it. I put my other cloth napkins in there with some silverware, and I really like how that looks. That is the finished product. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think below. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps me a ton. And if you want to see more videos like this from me, then go ahead and click that subscribe button, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload future videos. Don't forget to head over to Kelsey's channel and watch her video, show her some love. And that is everything. I'll see you in my next one very soon. Bye.